Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners, just like you, make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, this is Kimberly, and I am so excited that you're here today because we're talking about a very important topic of your season of life when it comes to your business. This affects so many things. I don't know if you've ever thought about this before. You probably have. You just didn't identify it as your season of life, but it really is crucial to the type of business and how you run your business and all that stuff. And we are going to talk about it today. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you found this podcast. I have no doubt it's going to help you along your business journey, whether you're in the idea stage, starting or growing. You are in the right place. We are all women, and I know I have men listeners too, who are starting and building businesses doing what you love. So if this is you, then I'm so happy you're here. I want to let you know, first of all, that there's party favors for all the newbies that have just showed up. Yes, I have some goodies for you. No matter, again, what stage you're in, I have something for you. So you can check out my resources below. For example, something that's very popular is my 16-step checklist for starting your business. If you're starting right now and you're like, what are all the steps? What do I need to be doing? And if you're a list person and you like that satisfying nature of checking a box and be like, yes, and go down and check all the boxes, then this is for you. Okay. So make sure you grab that. If you're on the idea stage, I have something for you. I've got free goodies and paid goodies that will really help you. And I have a Facebook group. It's called Women Starting Businesses Doing What We Love. It's a free group. You can jump in, get help for whatever you need in your business right now from the community. So many amazing women in that group. All you have to do is click the link. It'll take you over to Facebook, answer the 3 quick questions, and then I'll approve you and you can be in the group too. So this is your way of getting plugged in now and committing to this future of your business. That's what you're doing. You're committing. You're researching everything. You're getting ideas. You're learning from others. You're educating yourself. You're sharpening your skills. That's what you're doing here. So I'm so glad that you're here. And if you've been listening a while, thank you so much to all my loyal listeners. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are wonderful. You're so kind. You're leaving me emails. And I've gotten, DMs on Instagram. I get grateful notes and thank yous from so many of you for this podcast and for my programs and what I'm doing. And it just means so much. And I love it that I'm here supporting you. But what happens is y'all support me too. And that just means so much. So today I wanted to read a review. This is from Allie, NYLA. Allie, thank you so much for taking time to write this review. It says, this podcast is a must for women wanting to start a new business. And she gave it 5 stars. She said, I feel so lucky that I found this podcast. I just started a little pearl jewelry business. And as of yesterday, I provided a few pieces to sell in a neighborhood store. Congrats, Allie. That's amazing. It says, Kimberly and her guests. Woo, woo. To all my guests, y'all got a shout out. My guests got a shout out. I love it. Kimberly and her guests gave me the courage to start this grassroots, even though I'm new and my work isn't absolutely perfect. I'm a government lawyer in LA and I'm keeping my day job for now, which I think is smart. But if it wasn't for this podcast, I'd only be thinking, AKA dreaming about making and selling pearl items. And then life would pass me by and I'd be one of those people who sat on the sidelines wondering how others did it. To get going, you have to jump right in and go. Thank you, KB. And I love she said KB, my initials. Like, do we know each other, Allie? This is amazing. I love this. I appreciate this so much. This is such a kind note, and it's proof to all of you that when you put your mind to it and you really take to heart what you learn from me and other people, right? I'm not the end all be all, but you take my perspective and others' perspectives and you're able to blend that to build your perfect business. So I love this. And I love that you started on the side so that you didn't put your family or your livelihood at risk, that you are starting this small and it's not perfect, but you're doing it anyways. This is an example of how all of you should be kickstarting your business. So thank you so much, Allie. And if you've been listening a while and you've found value in this podcast, maybe you've just been listening a couple times, or maybe you've been here 4 years. I have people tell me they've been listening since the beginning. If this is you and you've never given this show a rating or a quick review,
would you be so kind to do me that favor? It helps them push this podcast out to others who are starting businesses too. And we know this stuff can be helpful. And so anything that you can do to help is so appreciated. So thank you so much. All you have to do is hit the 5 stars and then take 30 seconds to write a review. So thank you, Allie, and thank you all of you for listening and being so grateful. Okay, on to the episode. Well, hello, friends. How are you? How is everything going? Oh my gosh, I need to hear. I love it. We had a Grow Getters call today and I got to get updates and we had just such a great call. And we were talking about so many important aspects of your business and things that people are dealing with. And it's the best feeling. And you know what's even cooler is on the Grow Getters calls that everyone is helping. It's not just me responding. It's giving my perspective plus your peers in the group. And that's what is so neat. So shout out to my Grow Getters. Y'all are wonderful. You are amazing humans. You really are. You're amazing human beings. And I thank God that I've somehow attracted all of you. Okay. Even with all of my failures and imperfections and insecurities and everything, I've somehow pulled y'all together, or God pulled y'all together, and you're here. And it's just so amazing. So today we're talking about your season of life and how important it is in your business building process, whether you're starting, maybe you're in the idea stage right now too. You have got to consider your stage of life. And what I bet is that you actually have considered it, but maybe you've just been doing other things and you thought, no, I need to ignore that season of life. Like that's what I find, that a lot of new owners, they want to go head first and do all these things. And they think about their season of life or their situation or their circumstances, but sometimes they make decisions that are not best for your season of life. You'll have to consider this. The season of my life right now with this business is totally different than my season of life when I first started. Okay. I started with a friend on the side. I worked at Dell Computers. I worked full time. I loved my job. Alert, you don't have to hate your job to start a business. So everyone know that right now, first of all, off the bat. You can love your job and you can also feel like there's something more for you, that you have a tug at your soul for something greater, you're meant for more, and you dream that like, what if I could actually build this business in a way where I could quit my full-time job? Like that's the best feeling in the world and you should go for it, okay? Just like Allie on the review that I just said, she's starting on the side small and you have permission to do that. But think about your season of life. So my season of life when I started was with a friend as a partnership while I was working and I had a newborn baby. We had to have income. Okay. So when I was first starting, I was excited about the extra money, right? I knew it wasn't going to be a ton, but I was so excited and I was ecstatic when I was making $500 a month, like literally ecstatic. I can't even tell you because I was like, I can get a new vacuum cleaner. I can get like things we needed that for my baby, which was Lexi, who's now 24, almost 25. Right? My life was different. And then when I moved to Houston after a couple of years of doing that with my friend part-time, and we broke apart and she's still a decorator to this day, very talented. She's a home decorator. And I took the business online, right? So I did that full time for many, many, many years till about 2018. So that was like 2003, I think is when I took it online. That's right. Because Amazon they didn't just have books, but they were known for books. Can you imagine? Anyways, so my season of life was way different then than it is today, right? And then I was pregnant again. I had my son, and then I'm working. We moved to Colorado. We need income, right? We need 2 family income. My husband was doing very well, but we still wanted my income for saving for college funds and family vacations and all the stuff. And my season of life changed again because we decided to have another child. So then it became complicated. Third baby, who was way younger than the other ones, right? So she was 6 years younger than my son. So 9 years younger than my oldest child. So yeah, it was like throwing a wrench into our whole thing. And it was actually the best thing that's ever happened to our family. Sweet Ava is just an angel. Okay. But it threw a wrench in things because now I'm divided between 3 children, sports, activities. My son was in all kinds of sports. My daughter was in cheer. Then we had a baby and I was just literally tagging her along everywhere. She got drug everywhere to everything. I was like, girlfriend, you're not going to really get to have any activities for a while because mom is tapped out. Mom has 2 businesses. I started hiring people, my friends. I had my sister-in-law working for me. I finally shipped all my inventory to a fulfillment center in Kansas, and they started shipping my stuff because my season of life got insane and I could not do it all. Okay? I could not do it all. Then when I started this business, end of 2019, my life was different. My daughter had just gone off to college. I had one that was driving or about to drive. And I had Ava, who is now getting involved in all of her stuff, right? Dance and everything. And when I started this business though, y'all, I knew I would have more time. And I considered opening my own spa. I talked to a consultant. I was going to open a facial spa here in my area, have my own brand of like facial serums and creams and all the stuff. And I would have loved it. But I didn't do that. Thank goodness. That was end of 2019. And I didn't do it because we all know it happened in 2020, right? But I had different visions for my business when I started almost 5 years ago than I did a long time ago, right? This time I was able, I could actually deal with a retail storefront. Do I want to do that? I don't know. And even through this business, I'm going to be very frank with you. I'm going to be totally honest. Please don't anyone take this as that I'm better than you or anything like that. But I'm just going to be really honest because I do value honesty. And that is, I don't have to work. I don't have to work. And I don't want anyone to be upset when you hear that and be like, well, darn, I'm working because I have to have a family income. I get you, sister and brother. I get you. That was me for many, 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 many years. And I worked very hard as a second income for our family. So don't ever doubt that I'm just on a high horse. But I don't have to work. My husband's probably 5 years from retiring. We're planning everything. He's been traveling and he's been saying, Kimberly, now you can go. We just have Ava at home. You could start traveling with me more. My life stage, my season of life is totally different than it was when I started. So my point is to you, you have to look at this because it will determine what you want to do for your business. Now, again, another reason why I didn't start that store is because I started thinking about that I didn't start that facial spa is because I started thinking I may be able to have more time with my husband and do more things and be more active. We have more money than we did 24 years ago. It's a fact. We all hope it ends that way, right? So I feel very blessed about that. But my point is, my business right now gets to be whatever I want it to be. It's my season of life right now where we are in a comfortable situation. Am I working hard? Am I making money? Am I helping all of you? Am I showing up authentically? Am I doing everything I can to help you? Yes, 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 and yes. But here's the good news for me right now. I've done all the hard years. I've done all of it, y'all. I get to enjoy building this business, putting the time that I want to put into it. And I've built a business that allows me to do that. I'm a coach, right? I can do this however I want. I can schedule calls on certain days of the week. I can do all these things. My point of telling you this is that you get to build your business around your season of life, and you don't have to feel ashamed of it. You give yourself permission to do that. I'm giving myself permission to not work like a dog like I did for a lot of years. Now, I loved working like a dog. I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm a weirdo. I love to work. That's why I'm here. That's why my friends sometimes are like, why are you working? I'm like, I love it. I feel called to help people, and this is what I'm doing. Okay, but I don't have to apologize for that. I get to do this right now my way. I get to schedule my Grow Getters program in a way that I want and put the calls on the days that I want to have the calls and the trainings and do my one-on-one coaching calls on the days that work for my clients and work for me. And I get to work around it. I have this luxury now. And I know many of my clients have this luxury now as well, because I've talked to you and I've been with you on calls. Now, some of you have this luxury and you get to build it your way and you get to do it on your time, and great. Most of you say, I have to make money. This is our second income for our family or our main income. I have to make this work. I get you. I'm with you. I see eye to eye with you. I was there. I know what that feels like, right? I know exactly what that feels like. So my point is, as you are starting and building your business, I want you to really think about how much time do you have to put into your business. Number one, this is the number one thing. I'm going to give you 3 things that I want you to think about your season of life, okay? Because I think these are so important in the idea stage, in how you're going to start your business and offer things, everything. It's going to determine a lot. What season of life are you in? Are you a Looney Tune person because you've got 4 little kids at home? Or are you feeling that bout of freedom because maybe you were a teacher for a long time and now you're retiring, or you were a nurse and now you have more time and your husband's retiring, right? Everyone's life stage is different. So number one, think about the time that you would like to put into this business. Now, it's kind of a dumb question because everyone goes, well, I want to put in as little time as I can. I agree, we do. But the fact is, if you need a lot of income, you're going to have to do a lot of the dirty work right now. So that is going to take you more time. So you have to think about, what type of business am I starting and what will the time demands be for my business? What will the time demands be for my business? How much time am I willing to give up for my business? How much time am I willing to give up? Sorry, I'm repeating myself because I want to make sure you're listening, okay? I don't know what you're doing. Are you going to walk? Are you driving? Are you cleaning the house? What are you doing? Listen to me. How much time do I want to put into this business? And you have to think about it, because if you say, you know what? I've only got the weekends, or you know what? I've only got an hour a day. Whatever it is, you have to think about that, and that has to go massively into your decision about how you're going to run your business, okay? So number one is the time, okay? Number two, it's going to depend on that time, then what business model you have, okay? We talked about a couple of business models that I've run. I've done online gift boutiques where I was shipping products all the time and had an e-commerce business, right? I actually had a photography business for a while, so I understand that type of service, and that's amazing because you can do that just on the weekends and you know, you can schedule your time. That's awesome, and it's great money, right? I have had this coaching business where I do one-on-one coaching. I've done memberships. I've done digital courses. I have all of that. Okay. So I understand these business models. And by the way, if you need help with your business model, let's talk about it. You can reach out to me. I do one-on-one coaching. We can talk about it. Or if you're in Grow Getters, whatever program, make sure you reach out because I'd love to help you. We can find a way to get you the help. But your business model is going to determine a lot, and it's got to fit into your life right now. Like, do you want a physical store? Do you want to do booths and shows at markets and venues or farmers markets? That's amazing. You can do that on the weekends. That's awesome. That's what I'm saying. You'll have to go through this. You have to sort this out, because the last thing I want you to do is to open a spa in your area like I almost did and then realize, holy cow, my husband's about to retire and he wants me to be traveling around with him until then. Like when he goes on business trips, like I can go and then we can get ready to travel more after he retires. And a spa would have been hard. I would have had to hire someone with a yearly salary to take over my job. Now, if my spa was doing really well, that would be great. All I'm saying is you have to think about it. What is your stage right now, and what will it look like in a couple years? Will somebody be graduating? Will your kid be in kindergarten? Like what's about to happen, right? So it's going to determine your business model, whether you have a physical store, whether you do stuff like coaching or offer services, or you have group programs. Like, what is it going to be? Okay. So again, your season of life is going to be a big determining factor for how much time you have, what business model that you should have. And also, number 3, the types of products and services that you offer. And you have to beware not to offer too many. If you're in a season of life where you only have so much time, You offer one main service. Like when I had my photography business, I was like, I do portrait sessions, I do family and kids, and that was my service. And I met you out at a park, or we had some different locations in Colorado that they were absolutely beautiful, and I would take pictures. And that was my service. I wasn't teaching people how to be a photographer. I didn't start a course. I wasn't doing anything like that. I was simply being a photographer. I didn't have a studio because that was all I could fit in. I had 2 other businesses, 3 kids. It was ridiculous. Now I'm like thinking back going, how in the world did I do that? I have no idea. Maybe it's because I'm older now. I don't have quite as much energy. Anyone else can relate. Okay, if you're over 50, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so think about it. You have to work through this season of your life. So ask yourself right now, what am I willing to put in? What is the time? What type of business model could be really simple that could fit into that time? And what products, services, programs, anything could I offer that would also fit into that season of my life that I'm in right now and could grow into the next years? Okay? I want you all to think about this seriously. I'm not kidding. The last thing I want is you to come to me and say, I created a business. I'm stressed out. This is too much. I don't want to be doing this. My husband's retiring next year. Now I'm not going to be able to travel because I've just committed myself to this business. Right? You have to be considering all of this today, now, because it is super important to the success of your business. So I hope you all got a lot out of this episode. I like this topic because I love to make sure you have a business that's personalized to you and your season of life and your gifts. I really do. I love doing that to make sure it's tailor-made just for you. If you're here today and you're about to open your business, or you've been open and you're like, you know what? How do I get this thing growing? How do I get this thing like off the ground? Like, I got to figure this out. You know what? There's help for you. We have an amazing group of ladies. We meet monthly on live Zoom calls. I do trainings, and you get my simple 5-step strategy for how you're going to grow your business in a way that feels in alignment with you and the people you want to serve. So make sure you reach out. You can go to grow-getters.com and get on the wait list. If it's not open now, or you can scroll down, you can see all my programs below. Again, I have some courses for you if you're in the idea stage, if you're starting, whatever it may be. I've got that there for you to hit every stage so that you're not left flailing around. So I'm so excited you're here. And thank you all again so much for being such loyal listeners. Until next time, bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com, and yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.
Well, hello, friends. Real quick, before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal. I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month. But it'd be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's 2 ways you can give me your answers. Number 1, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number 2, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news. What would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you? So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.